night's church service. Let's take a look.
Connie, are we ready to go then?
Not quite. Jerry Webster isn't here yet.
Well, we're a little early, so why don't we wait a few minutes more?
Okay, that's good, because that'll give me time to check the props and sound effects.
Mr. Whitaker?
Oh, hi, Lucy.
Hi, I forget. When I first come in, am I supposed to go right or left?
Right or left? Left, I think.
Okay, thanks.
Wait, do you want to use these lights for this rehearsal?
Well, since we're going to be using all the props and effects, yes, I think we'll use the lights today.
Okay, well, it's just that we're going to be
So
performing
this is where everybody
and the lights there are different.
Hi,
Oh,
Whitaker.
hi, Jack. Just a minute, please, Jack. Connie, I'm sorry. I couldn't hear the last part of what you were saying.
I said we're going to be performing this thing in the church now, and the lights there are different than what we've got here.
Oh, that's okay, Connie. That'll be fine just for today. Let's use them.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Jack.
That's okay. What are you guys doing?
Well, Jack, actually, we're getting ready to rehearse a little play here that I wrote.
A play?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry once again, Jack. Connie, could you get that telephone, please? Thanks so much.
What's the play for, Mr. Whitaker?
Well, actually, the play is for tomorrow night's service.
When did the church start doing plays on Sunday night?
Well, the pastor announced it quite a few weeks ago now.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's been a couple of weeks since I've been.
Yeah, I've noticed it, Jack. Any particular reason?
Well, I've been kind of busy lately with school and stuff.
Oh, I see.
But I really love plays. I've even been in a couple.
Really?
Yeah, and I was wondering, can I watch the rehearsal?
No, you can't.
Karen, why not?
Because there isn't going to be a rehearsal. That was Jerry's mom on the phone. He's not going to be here. He's sick.
Oh, no. Jerry's mom. I hope Jerry isn't seriously sick.
Nah, his mom thinks it's just nerves. She said he'd be here tomorrow, but she wants him to stay in tonight.
Well, how are we supposed to have a rehearsal without our lead character?
We can't.
We can't? Who says we can't?
Well, Mr. Whitaker.
Well, listen, just because Jerry isn't here, that doesn't mean that the rest of us can't go on. After all, what we need is simply a stand-in. And I happen to know just where we can find one.
Me?
Well, if you don't mind.
Mine? I'd love to.
Yeah, well, that's great. Hang on. Here, brought a script along just for you. Now just read the parts marked John.
All right.
Okay, well, I guess that means places, everyone.
Okay. Okay, is everyone ready back there? Just about? Okay, now listen. Even though Jack is standing in for Jerry today, it's still our last rehearsal before the final production tomorrow night. So we're going to have to do our very best, okay, gang? All right, everybody, let's go.
The story you are about to see isn't true, but it could happen. It takes place just about anywhere and any time, and it involves a young man named John Lafitte.
Hi.
John was a member of the group called the Brotherhood of Dutiful Youth, or the Body for short.
B-O-D-Y. Body, get it?
Yes, we do. All right. The Body was made up of both young men and women, and it had quite a noble purpose: to help other people. The leader of the Body was an older woman named Headley, and once every week, she and John and all the other members met to talk about their work. watching is more your line of work, isn't it, Ivy?
Yes, it is, Miss Headley.
But she always gets me to look at it.
That's only because she's so good at it, John. Remember, it was Icy who first spotted those poor people we helped last month, and the homeless family we helped the month before that.
Yeah, I remember.
Very well. After Icy spots them, what do we do then?
Well, I personally think we need to talk to them. Open the lines of communication. You know what I think? I mean, they're probably really depressed and down and everything, and when I'm down, I would like nothing better to have a good talk. You know what I mean? Do you? Do you?
I know.
But that's only half of it, isn't it, Miss Headley?
What do you mean, are you?
Well, it's not enough for us just to talk to them. We have to hear what they have to say, too, don't we?
Well, I was wondering when you'd bring that up, are you? And both you and Miss Lippin are absolutely right. We do need to talk and listen to the needy.
Oh, let me do that, Miss Headley. I'd be great at it, really.
Now, John, you know those jobs are really more suited for our you and Miss Lippman.
Yeah, I suppose.
Very well. After we've talked with them and learned what they have to say, then what?
Well, we'll do whatever they need, of course.
Like what, for instance?
Oh, I know, like repairing their house, like fixing their plumbing, mowing their lawns, talking
Yes,
furniture, each wall,
Yes,
floors,
yes,
repairing cars. Most of them come before to have cars, so you can't really repair them. But if they did, we could.
Yes, we certainly could, Miss Lippman.
Oh, those are things I'd really be good at, Miss Headley.
Now, John, you know that Hans Armstrong here has had a lot more experience with that sort of thing than you have. I think maybe we better let him handle it. Is that all right with you, Hans?
Dude, that's fine with me, Miss Headley. No problem. Yup.
Good.
But if Icy is going to watch for them, and Miss Littman and you are going to talk and listen to them, and Hans is going to do all the repairs, what am I supposed to do?
Well, John, we're going to need someone to take us out to the homeless people after Icy has spotted them.
But that's what I do every time. I'm always taking people here or picking them up from there. I want to do something different.
Now, John, you know our organization operates best when everyone does what they're really good at.
Yeah, I know.
All right, then, what we'll do is we'll meet back here tomorrow morning, and then we'll start going over. Even though John Lafitte understood, he wasn't very happy. After the meeting, he and Icy clearly talked about it on the way home.
Icy,
Yes?
do you ever get tired of going to these meetings?
Every once in a while, but then I think about all the people we help, and I'm not tired anymore. Why?
I don't know. Sometimes. Well, a lot of times, I get real tired of it.
You do? You used to like it a lot.
I know, but that was when I was a kid. Now that I'm getting older, I don't know why I keep coming.
But John, you come so you can help people.
But there are lots of ways to help people. I don't have to come here to do it.
Well, where would you go?
I don't know. Nowhere, maybe. Or maybe I'll just help people by myself. Or maybe I'll start my own group. Yeah, I bet there are lots of people who are just like me, who always do the same thing and want to try something different.
I don't know if that's a very good idea, John.
Oh yeah, well I'll show you. When you meet everyone tomorrow morning, tell them that I quit.
Quit, but John, you can't.
I just did. Bye, Icy.
John! Oh, no.
We'll find out what happens to John Lafitte and the body when our adventure continues, right after we sing hymn number 283 from our hymnals.
Song number 283, We Are God's People, singing verses 1 and 3. Let's stand as we sing this.
Morning found a very excited John Lafitte putting together his own group, which he called the Lafittes. He was right about one thing. There were a lot of people out there who felt just like he did, and before long, he and his new followers were making their way downtown to find people who needed help.
This is great! Oh, we're gonna help so many people! Oh, now, the first thing we gotta do is keep an eye out for them.
That's up and down the streets, watching, watching, watching. But try as they might, they just couldn't seem to find anybody who needed help. The only person they saw, day after day, was a well-dressed man who just sat on a bench. That gave John an idea.
That guy sits there every day, so he probably knows this neighborhood really well. Maybe he can tell us where we can find people who need help. Hi. My friends and I couldn't help noticing that you sit here a lot.
Yeah, well, it's because I kind of live here. I know it sounds weird, but a couple of weeks ago, my house came down, and all my money and everything I owned. The only thing I was able to save was this suit. And since I worked out of my home, the fire destroyed my income too, so this bench is really the only place I have to go.
Oh, well, see, we're here to help people.
Really?
Yeah, and we were wondering, since you sit here a lot, if you know where we can find any.
Find any what?
Any people who need help.
No, but if I see any, I'll let you know.
Really? Oh, that's great. Well, we gotta go. See you around.
Yeah, right.
Well, needless to say, nothing ever came of that. Several more weeks passed, and John and his Lafittes became more and more discouraged. The well-dressed man wasn't sitting on the bench. They went into a nearby diner where they always had lunch and asked Marge, the waitress, about it.
Well, if it ain't the Lafittes, how are ya?
Not so great, Marge.
Oh, sorry to hear that. You guys want your usual?
Oh, no, I'm not hungry. Actually, we were wondering if you know what happened to the well-dressed man who used to sit on that bench.
Oh, you mean Mr. Down and Out. They made him leave.
They who?
The authorities. They said that bench was there so that people could sit and wait for the bus, and not for him to live on.
Live on? You mean that bench is where he lived? He didn't have a home?
No, he lost that and everything else he had in a fire. Didn't you know that?
Well, now that you mention it, he did say something about a fire when we first met. If that's true, then why did he promise to tell us if he came across anyone who needed help?
I don't know. If anyone around here needed help, it was Mr. Downey. You probably just didn't hear from it.
No, I guess we didn't. Any idea where he is now?
There's no telling.
Oh, I can't believe this. Not only did we not spot the one person around here who needed help, but we also blew it when it came to talking and listening to him too.
Well, look, if you're still looking for someone to help, I could use some.
Really? What?
Well, it's my sister.
You want us to look for her?
No, I already know where she is. It's just that
Oh, you want us to talk to her? Repair her house?
No, she hasn't been feeling very well.
I want us to take care of her.
No, she went to a doctor, and he gave her some medicine and told her to rest. But she has 500 kids.
Oh, you want them to make me want us to make them some food?
No, I already took care of that.
So, just how do you want us to help?
Well, you see, I need someone to take food over to her.
Not again.
Well, like, she lives all the way across town, and I gotta stay here.
We're back to delivery work.
If you don't mind.
No, we don't mind. Come on, guys, grab the food. Let's go.
And so the Lafittes made the journey across town to deliver the food to Marge's sister. After they delivered it, they noticed something very peculiar.
You know, that felt really good. I mean, I really felt like I was helping someone. I haven't felt that way since I left the body. No wonder nothing's been working right. I've been trying to do things I'm not any I know now I should do what I'm good at instead of trying to do what other people are good at.
Oh, John, if only you'd realized that sooner.
Yeah, well, the important thing is I know it now. Listen, where is everyone? I want to get back to work.
They're all gone, John.
Gone? You mean like out helping people?
No, I mean gone as in left. Moved. The body has been broken up.
Broken up?
Yeah, I just came back here to get the last of my stuff. Everyone has gone on to different jobs. Hans joined the circus as their strongman. Miss Headley now works for a computer company. And Miss Lippman is a telephone operator, and Aryu edits radio programs. And I'm a lifeguard at the beach.
But why? The body was so good at helping people. Why did it have to break up?
Because when you left, there was no one to take us to people who need help. We can't help people if we can't get to them.
I mean, just because I wasn't here?
The body couldn't, you're supposed to.
But can we get back together?
It's too late. Goodbye, John.
But,
Goodbye.
no!
And so the Brotherhood of Dutiful Youth dissolved. And even though each of the members went on to different things, they were all a lot sadder. For where once there was a group that helped people, now there was just an empty room. The body in it had died.
Okay, everybody, that's it.
Good rehearsal, everyone.
All right, guys, let's start breaking down the sticks and putting them in the van so we can take them to the
Mr.
church.
Whitaker.
Oh, Jack, listen, thanks so much for standing in. You were just great.
Thanks, I really like doing it. I'm kind of confused.
Confused? Confused about what, Jack?
Well, this play ends on a real downer. You sure you want to do it for church?
Yes, because it's church members who ought to see it.
Why?
Well, because it's all about them.
But you said at the beginning that it wasn't a true story.
But I also said, Jack, that even though it didn't perhaps happen exactly this way, it would happen very similarly to this way in any church, any situation.
Really? How?
Well, think back for a moment, Jack. How did it happen in the play?
Well, one of the members of the group is up going to the meetings, so the group can do what it's supposed to.
That's right. And you see, in the church, if people don't come to church, then the church can't do what it's supposed to do either, just like in the group.
But in the play, each member of the body did something special. They all had to work together to get anything done.
That's right, and that's exactly the way it is in the church, Jack. You see, the Bible tells us in 1 Corinthians 12 that Christians are Christ's body. Now, God has placed every person in the body for a particular task, to do a certain thing. Now, unfortunately, there are a lot of people in churches, Christians, you know, who are like John Lafitte. They get kind of tired of what they're doing, and they don't want to be a foot anymore. They want to be a hand or a head. And so after a while, as they keep on doing things in the church, they kind of lose interest, and they don't get anything out of it. But what they don't remember is that unless you're giving something, you won't get anything out of it. You've got to give something.
Like what?
Well, I could think the best thing to do is just to give yourself all of your effort and all of who you are, because you see, you got to find out first of all, Jack, what part of the body God has made you into, and then do what that part of the body is supposed to do. Now, when you do that, and you do it cheerfully, I tell you, going to church is a whole brand new experience.
Mr. Whitaker, you're going to have to come and tell us you want this stuff loaded in the van.
Okay, Connie, I'll be there in just a moment.
Oh, and Jack, I just saw your mom drive up.
Oh, okay. Well, I gotta go, Mr. Whitaker. Thanks for letting me be in your rehearsal.
Jack, you are so welcome. And oh, Jack,
Yeah?
will we see you in church tomorrow?
Yeah. You'll see me in church tomorrow, Mr. Whitaker.
Good. Well. The two people that have worked extremely hard, I mean besides those members who were in the cast, have been Coralie Cowan and Linda Pohl. They are the production managers and directors. And so the cast would like to come out and would like to call those two forward. We just want to thank you for all of your hard work. Linda and Coralie. Let's thank the cast members once again, too, for all of their hard work.